Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly reading for the 16th of September through to the 22nd of September. This is the weekly astrology and the weekly pick a card reading. So what I'll just show you what I have here today. I've got 4 different piles. So today you're picking from 1, 2, 3 or 4, and I have 3 cards for each pile. So I have a tarot card from the Mythic Tarot, a card from the Ask Your Guides Oracle, and a card from the Guardian Angel Oracle. So first I'm going to talk about the astrology like I normally do. So this week with the astrology, we have one of the main things actually happening this week, which I've mentioned a few weeks before leading up to, is Saturn going direct this week on the 18th. Okay, so I think that's Wednesday. That's very significant, and what you'll notice with that is that you'll start to feel that the energy of your life in a very practical sense, in a very realistic sense, is starting to move forward. If you've been feeling like things haven't quite been able to get off the ground, if you've been feeling like there's been a little bit of sense of movement but it's not quite enough, and it's just you've been feeling a bit more tired, or that things have been dragging along, or you can't get sort of a foothold on where you want to go, with Saturn now moving direct, you'll start to feel like there is more momentum, and you might actually notice that you start to get quite busy. Now, if you know your chart, look at where Saturn is going direct in your chart, and that will make a difference to see what the influence is for that house. And so it's Saturn in Capricorn. So if you're a Capricorn in particular, especially Capricorn Sun, Moon or Rising, even Mars or Venus in Capricorn, you will notice some movement forward starting from Wednesday this week, and you may notice it more towards the end of this week or more so next week. But it's definitely a bit of a relief, because with Saturn retrograde, we've had to really go over things from the past to do with karmic issues, to do with karmic relationships, karmic, baggage that we've been dealing with, and it's been a bit of a sort of a heavy time with Saturn retrograde, but now with it going forward, it's going to start to feel like you can actually apply yourself to your reality and make forward movement and get ahead in your life and take steps forward, especially with career and your practical, pragmatic side of life, your finances, and the stability of your life and the structure of your life. The other stuff going on this week is Mercury and Venus in Libra are both conjunct most of the week. One thing though is that on Tuesday, Mercury and Libra will make an opposition with Chiron in Aries. So there could be some difficult conversations for some people, especially if you have anything around 4 degrees of cardinal sign being Libra, Aries, Cancer or Capricorn, but especially for anyone with early Libra, they'll feel that mostly. Then Wednesday, Venus in Libra makes an opposition with Chiron, so there's some kind of difficult conversations around relationships. Tuesday, Wednesday, you may be feeling a bit off if you have anything early degree of those cardinal signs. You may be feeling a bit raw or a bit vulnerable, or there may be a conversation that you need to have with regards to love, relationships, or even karmic issues, fairness, equality, that sort of thing. Jupiter is still square with Neptune this week, causing some confusion around growth in your life. So, Jupiter wants to move forward and grow, but it's making that square to Neptune, which can be creating some confusion. You may have a sense that you want to grow in a new direction. You know it's time to move forward in some way, but you may be just feeling like you don't quite see how it's going to pan out yet. So, because of that square with Jupiter and Neptune, I feel it's important to just take things one step at a time. That's what I'm feeling with that very strongly. And, we're still in Virgo season, but next week the Sun does move into Libra from Tuesday, so we'll be in Libra season. And, with Mercury and Venus in Libra at this time, there can be more of a focus on equality, fairness in communication, balanced communication, compromise, relationships, relating, love, beauty, the arts, fashion, all those things can start to come more into focus with those signs being in the sign of Libra. I think that's all I was going to mention, but yeah, that's really big news for Capricorns, especially this week with Saturn going direct. So you should start to feel that anything that has been holding you back is no longer going to be holding you back. You can start to move forward, which is great news. So if you chose number 1, these are your cards. Let me just see what you have here. I'll just put them in here. Oh, that's so weird, because I was talking about Libra, and we have the card of Balance, which says Divine Teachers. We have the Knight of Wands, which is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And we have Angel of Gratitude. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to get the camera up and see what we have. All right, so for some people, if you chose this, you might be a fire sign yourself. You might be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or have these type of energies quite strong in your chart. It seems like you're going towards a relationship this week or looking forward to a relationship connection. And it does say divine teachers here. So, and, you know, we have a couple about to exchange gifts with each other. So there's definitely some karmic connection or some spiritual connection in your life if you chose this this number 1. And it says angel of gratitude. So it's really important if you have people in your life to, you know, not focus on the negative so much. I mean, of course we want to be realistic about people and who they are, but it's saying have gratitude for this person or these people in your life this week, that you've learned some really amazing soul lessons from these people. And there's a lot of love in this connection, you know, whether it's a friendship or a deeper connection, a soulmate or a love relationship. We have the Libra scales here, which is so funny with Venus being in Libra. I love that that's come up. And it says balance. So you're rebalancing some energies this week in regards to your relationships and, you know, maybe making things more balanced, more fair. But there's a lot of passionate energy here with the Knight of Wands. So, and this card is facing towards this relationship card. So I find that really interesting. Definitely seems to be hinting at some kind of energy around connection, relationship for you this week. Thinking about a relationship or communicating with someone is very important, or someone important, someone that's going to affect your life in a positive way. And angel of gratitude is like saying to you, stop focusing on the negative things about people, love, or situations in your life. You know, forgive, understand that there are karmic forces at work, and try to just be in the moment and enjoy your life, because there's going to be lots to enjoy according to those cards. Okay, number 2, if you chose 2, you have creativity, the creativity guides, which is really nice. 7 of Pentacles, interesting, and Angel of Communication, which also is about relationships. That's interesting. All right, so again, we have some kind of focus here on work and work relationships. So the 7 of Pentacles is often a card of the work, you know, the workforce or being in the workforce, your working life. Though for some people, there's a creative aspect here. So you may be thinking of how you can start a project or start some kind of new situation for yourself that has a creative aspect that you can really get into, that has a bit more passion for you. So you may be thinking of changing jobs or changing something about, you know, if you have your own business, changing some aspect of it, or, you know, amping up the creativity or moving forward with some projects related to business, creativity, work life. But the 7 of Pentacles is sometimes a little bit of an energy of a bit of stagnation. So perhaps with Saturn retrograde this week, the creativity card is saying you're going to find a bit more momentum again. And for some people, I do feel this is starting a creative project that could have a financial viability to it, but it might be a bit of a process where you need patience with it. The comfort, angel of comfort, sorry, not comfort, communication card is here saying that there's important communications in relationships again this week. So we have, again, a focus. Those that chose number 1 also got message about relationships. This is about communication and being open in your communication with others, making sure that you're being honest, and you don't have to tell people everything, but it's definitely about, in your most significant relationships, being open, being communicative, being balanced, being positive, and knowing that when you do that, you open your heart more and you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you allow a deeper level of communication and a deeper bond to form. But also for some people, this may be like something to do with clearing the air or getting to a different stage in a relationship, like a better stage, I feel. Something a bit more positive here, because the creativity card is also part of that. For some people, there may be like a joint initiative to do with the relationship, or you know, connecting with someone where you're working on something together. Okay, number 3, intuition, inner child. Interesting. The Lovers. Oh, wow. Lots of stuff about relationships this week. Not surprising with Venus in Libra. And Angel of Decisions. Wow. Okay. All right. So this is very strong here. Because we have the Lovers card with the Angel of Decisions, the Lovers card is often, you know, in tarot, a card about making decisions in relationships, or making a decision between 2 relationships, or just making very significant decisions about your life and your relationship. So with those 2 together, it's very powerful and very strong. You may be in a situation where you need to make a decision either between 2 people, or, you know, in a romantic relationship about whether you're going to move forward with something. Definitely with Saturn going direct with this week, as I said, you know, relationships can move forward also with this energy. The intuition card is saying trust your intuition around this. This is not really something that you can really logic out. You need to kind of just go with the flow of your intuition and be in the moment, you know, take the situation as it comes, but also know that you will at some point have to make a decision about a relationship, And it's about moving forward. I feel I'm really focused on that person there inside that person's heart, jumping with joy. And it also says inner child. So I feel like you're healing some wounds to do with love and your inner child in regards to your relationships as well. And for some people, this could be making a decision more on a spiritual level to improve the quality of your relationships through working on your inner child wounds. So that could be another separate message or part of the same message for other people. So big focus on relationships for number 3 as well. Number 4, Epiphany, higher self. Sorry about the noise outside. Oh, Ace of Cups, my goodness. And Angel of Procrastination. Wow, that's funny. Okay, procrastination is interesting because that often can be related to Saturn energy, but I actually feel that what I'm getting with this is it's maybe that there's leftover procrastination type energy around you this week, but it's going to be shifting away from that procrastination and actually getting into taking more action. The Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love and in your emotional life, and it's like a spiritual rebirth as well. There could be a situation around you where you feel a lot of inspiration to do with the person, to do with love as well. The Epiphany card in the higher self says to me that you're really in tune with your intuition this week. You are very in tune with your higher self. It says higher self there, and that really connects very strongly with the Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Cups is a very strong card about being emotionally connected and feeling very strongly connected to your intuition, okay? And, you know, making decisions based on that, making decisions based on your intuition is what I'm getting, okay? So that's very beautiful, and I feel a very spiritual energy here. So if you've been practicing anything spiritual like meditation, creativity, prayer, or trying to sort of tune in more to your dreams or your intuition, your psychic abilities, this is a confirmation of that, and it's going to help you make decisions and break you out of a rut this week, which, again, the procrastination, that's very Capricorn energy, very Saturn energy. So I feel like with Saturn direct this week, it's going to help you move forward into more emotional harmony for yourself and for your relationships and for your anything creative and to do with your intuition as well. So some really interesting messages there this week, guys. If you would like a personal reading with me, just follow the links below to my online store, and the turnaround time is 6 to 12 business days at the moment. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a fantastic week. Bye.